Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Donut Day. It is officially Donut Day. We are here to do the Blender Guru donut fundraiser, crazy multimedia. Everybody's gonna come together thing, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it, but we're making donuts today. So hello, yo, Simo, what's up? So we got Simo, we got CQDK in our chat. We're just hanging out. But you'll see here, I got a little donut ready to go. So I'm going to start our music, and we're just going to jump right into it. Make sure our music is showing. Apparently CQDK can't hear our music, but I don't know what that means, because I hear it and I see it going in my audio. You are an early potato. That's very good. Okay, we'll put it like right there. Because I think this is we're gonna compete with it a little bit. Okay, so I am notorious for being somebody who has never done this tutorial before, so I sat and watched it last night and this morning, just so I'd have it fresh in the mind. I took some notes. So we got notes. Got a couple of notes on how we're gonna do this. I see the audio looks like it's right next to my voice. It looks like it should be just about as loud as me. Surprising. Anyway, I'm gonna jump right into it. So I'm basically just gonna go along these steps, and then we're gonna sit and add little touches to this. The most immediate thing that I want to do to this is I do not want to do sprinkles. I might add something similar to sprinkles eventually, but I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea. Also, I didn't know about this. I learned a lot actually watching this video. So good to know. You know, amazing that a tutorial would teach you things. Who would have thought? But yeah, so I'm here to just kind of play around, get things looking right. So what we're gonna want to do is copy that. Where are we looking? Where are we looking? We want to separate by selection. And I'm going to go back to object mode. I'm going to grab it. We're going to copy you. We're going to undo that. And we're going to paste it. And we'll get out of this little 3D view. And I'll get just a little bit bigger on it, and we're going to solidify it. Actually, I think Simo's busy. Simo's probably making a donut along with us, so, you know, let's respect that. I'm going to extrude based on normals. I am interested to hear Simo's view on like how this whole donut thing is coming together. Simo, what's your opinion now? Now that we've had a little bit of a chance to think about it for a bit. The donut won't take that long. I'm thinking pretty much the same thing on my end. I've been like trying to come up with ways to make the donut last a little bit longer. So I'm just kind of messing around basically today. But I really did learn a lot. You don't know? For anybody who might wander onto the VOD of this after the fact and just be sort of like, what the heck is going on? Simo, very regular in our chat, has said that they're a little bit weirded out by this process because how NFCs... What the heck was that? Because of how NFCs work with like environmentalism, right? And so supporting something that has like bad environmental consequences can be pretty bad for everybody. I agree completely. I totally agree. So we kind of talked back and forth about like why we would do this, why wouldn't we do this, all this sort of stuff. And I think the verdict is we're just doing it because at least it has a good cause. Like at least the conversation about environmentalism is being addressed in this project, and it hopefully will represent like future efforts to not do stuff like this. But it's impossible to tell. Also, I'm starting to realize that I didn't pay attention to the solidify part of the tutorial, which is really bad on my behalf. 0.0025, that's what we'll call it. We'll call it right there, so it just comes in a little bit. Offset's fine, and I think we can do all that later. Cool. Yeah, we'll call it just like that. I'm thinking I maybe didn't do the icing correctly. Maybe I might need to go back and double check how he did the icing. But in the meantime, we can just do this. Oh yeah, this will work. This will work no problem. In fact, can I go negative? Negative 0.0025? I can. Okay, cool. We're going all the way back. We're going to stick it right on there. We're going to basically use like an inverse extrusion. So I'm going to solidify with a negative 0.0025. That totally works. Absolutely that works. That's probably exactly how we did it on the video. And then we're going to add a subsurface right there. And I like subsurface 2. It's just what I'm impartial to. And I'm realizing I just skipped a step. So let's chill ourselves out just a little bit. So I want to delete this. And we're here at the donut. We're going to smooth it. We're going to grab it. We're going to go to edit mode. And in the video, he went ahead and used the auto proportional edit, which is crazy. He did something with a mouse wheel. Control mouse wheel. Not sure how he did it. But yeah, he just used this to proportional edit things automatically, which is crazy. I've never done it like that before. So there was definitely a lot to learn in the video. It's a good thing that people start with it. I think people should be starting with that video. I was a fool not to, but such is my way. So we're just going to sit and kind of proportion out this donut a little bit. Simo, on the note of your donut, I would love to see your donut in the Discord. I know you're making it right now, so like that's very appreciated. I thank you so much for like participating with us. If you decide that you don't want to post it or anything like that, I totally respect that. Like 100%, I totally respect that. I just love to see it. I'd love to see how you mess up a donut. So there we go. We're just gonna kind of mess up this donut a little bit. His donut that he made was a little bit like messier than this. I don't know how much I love that. I also kind of want to make like a crueling a little bit. Maybe I'll get away from that. I don't know if I want to do that. That one's too much, and we'll put it like right there. And I'll say that's probably good enough for me. I'm not trying to go crazy with this thing. Like this is probably perfectly acceptable. Also, while I'm here, I think it might also be in our best interest for me to do the inner ridge here. Whoa, too much. Oh man, the data on this is going to be tough, isn't it? You know what? I'll grab the whole thing. We'll grab the whole thing and give it one more subdivision. This is going to be a little nutty. And I'm going to go ahead and push it in this way. We're going to do it like that. We're going to do it very small. And then I'm going to sit and edit it in just a second here. Don't love that. 0.002? 0.005? 0.01. Yeah, that'll do. I'm sure it doesn't matter because I'm sending it off to him anyway, and he's going to do his whatever processing stuff that he's going to do, and it doesn't matter at all. But I care a little bit about like how this is going to render out. I'd rather not contribute to like some huge giant render on this thing, so I'm just going to kind of be a little bit more sensitive with my edits. I'm not going to make that like crazy sculpting stuff that he was doing. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be sending donuts that are like 1,000 vertices, fully sculpt, whatever. And hopefully the like bot that is scrubbing through all this data is going to be smart enough to just not accept those. But I don't know that to be fact, so I'm not going to make the assumption, and I'm also not going to contribute to it because I don't know. It's in my business to be like efficient. Having gotten decently deep into Unreal at this point, efficiency is the name of the game. Oh my god, I have some venting to do about Unreal. Vertex snapping in Unreal is the worst process anybody has ever created in their life. I don't know what is wrong with it. I don't know why they thought to do it the way that they've done it. It sucks. It is awful. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's so terrible. I used Unity for just a little bit before this, and Unity didn't have that problem. Unreal, to me, is a little preferable at this point in time, but, like, there's no reason to do that, I think. Okay, so we're going to do 0.004, 0.006, 0.007. That should probably do it. There we go. That's a donut. Cool. So we got our nice mushy little donut looking here. It's all over the place. It's a little lumpy. It's great. It's beautiful. Let's go ahead and take our top sections now. Also, I don't know if you can hear it. There's quite a bit of rain going on around me. Hopefully I don't lose power or anything like that. I doubt that'll be the case. But if I do, know that it's because of rain. It's been kind of on and off today. I woke up to a very large lightning strike. I kind of like a donut that favors the outside more than the inside, so I'm going to do it like this. And we're going to, once again, separate by selection. We're going to go to object mode. We're going to grab it, copy it, reverse. And we'll put it back on. And we're here. So now I can take this and we can solidify it with a negative 0.025. Whoa, negative 0.0025. Might be a little bit thick. Negative 0.0015. Looks about right to me. And it actually looks pretty good on the sub, but we'll add one just in case. So we'll do it just like that. Okay, so here's what I've learned. We're gonna remove that. I'm gonna remove that. This little magnet guy had no clue what was going on with this before. Now I do. So we will grab all of these faces. We will invert our selection. Let's switch to vertices. Invert our selection. We're going to Alt and hide. That's a hook. Alt hide. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Hide. There we go. So theoretically this should hug faces, right? To the best of my understanding it should, but it's not wanting to. I'm going to have the icing on this guy favor one side over the other. I think that's sort of a good rhythm for this whole thing. So we're going to favor the side that we're on right now quite a bit. There we go. That should do. We got to unhide things to make it look a little bit better, but we're going to worry about that in just a little bit. We can do extrusions, of course. And we're just slowly tinkering with this guy. Proportional's still on, so we don't need to worry too much about that. Again, I'm not going to think too much about this. I think the more we think about it, the worse it's going to look. Let's push that down, and let's grab these two and extrude down quite a bit on this one. That'll be a big one for us. Now this looks quite a bit different than the one that he was making, so I'm not sure if this is perfect, but we'll accept it as it is when it finishes. Let's grab you, push you up. Some of them can go up. There's no problem going up. And I think this should just about do it. One side looks a little bare, so let me go ahead and push just a little bit more up. Okay. Where does it meet? Oh, we still got a bit of distance before anything even relatively happens here. So if I've done it right, and I'm not sure if I've done it right, we should be able to Alt-H everything back together. Oh, it looks pretty jank all of a sudden. Oh no, it's perfect. It looks a little jagged, honestly. I think it's fine, actually. I'm gonna not stress over this. This looks good. It looks a little jagged, but I think once we go ahead and put it together, I'm not upset about that. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. Cool. So maybe this part could use a little bit of love. Like that might be a little cruel. Just like that. There we go. There we go. That looks all right. This little guy hanging off, I mean, that's just going to be the way that it is. Perfect. So that is the icing done. So how far down the list are we? Extrude, sculpt the center edge. We already did that. We're on the last two steps already. This is going to be the world's fastest donut. Definitely not. I know people are doing it way faster than me, but we're getting there. So how are we going to want to do this last part? On the tutorial, hello? Let's call you icing. On the tutorial, he texture painted this after doing some UV unwrapping whatever stuff to it. I'm not sold on that. I'm really not sold on texture paint. But I'm also like not super, it doesn't matter too much to me. So I'm going to see if we can do it all procedurally. And since we're just sending this as a file, I'm not going to worry about lighting too much. So we're not trying to make an actual scene here. We're just trying to make a donut. Wow, we're actually going to finish this donut in 2 seconds, aren't we? This is going to be just a wash. You did the textures procedurally? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. The only thing that we got to really do is the ombre, right? Like, that's easy. So we'll call you icing. And for the icing, I'm going to do... Man, we could... You know what? I'm going to make this interesting. We're going to do, like, way crazier stuff. Let's make just basic icing first. I'm going to make really simple icing. And we'll get back to the crazy stuff here in just a second. So we got nice glossy icing right there. Don't think it should have any sheen. I think it definitely should have clear coat. Right there. I also think it should have a little bit of transmission. Although I guess that's what the subsurface is going to do for us, right? Yeah, maybe we don't want that. So we'll do it like this. And I will add subsurface in a little bit, but I don't want to destroy my computer, so I'm not going to do that. And now the donut. So procedural textures. This should be a wash, right? We're going to put in a color ramp between bright red and bright blue. And I'm going to go ahead and throw in a gradient. Oh, I want to turn off snapping. I felt it right there. I hate snapping. Okay, so we're gonna put in a texture coordinate with object data. There we go. You can barely see the blue, so we're gonna go ahead and do a vector on the map, and we're gonna rotate this by 90 degrees, which didn't work. Why didn't that work? There we go. So now all I gotta do is add another red on this side. There we have it. For the sake of the scale, wonder if you can make the sprinkles with the geonodes. Look, both of us have time at this point. Like, we have a lot of time on our side. If you're gonna go for it, go for it. Okay, so I can do some really fun stuff with this center ridge by adding a noise to disrupt it. So I'm gonna do that. We're also gonna push in that just a little bit. Let me do ease. Which didn't work for some reason. No, back. Linear. Back to linear. Okay. So we're here. I'm going to throw in a mix RGB right there. And we're going to throw in a noise filter. Where are you? You're right here. And we're going to start with an add, but I think we're going to want more of this guy first. We could probably use the same mapping node, honestly. Excuse me. I'm not sure why it's fading down. It's a little strange, isn't it? Okay, let's push this blue back up. Get it a little crazy looking. There we go. Nice and red on the bottom. And that is basically a perfect looking donut to me. So we're gonna grab all of this, push you in, push you back, and then we're gonna add a mix RGB over here. And this is gonna be the last little thing that he showed off on how to do like burns. We'll do that later. So I will skip that actually for right now. We'll do color and stuff here in just a second, but first let's do our displacements. So the way he did displacement is he did noise. So again, there's going to be a texture node like that. What did he use? He used 2 noise filters. So let's grab a noise here. Copy you again. The values for these noises I wrote down because they were very specific and I liked them. So it's going to be a scale of 1500, and then the other scale I didn't like, so I'm going to guess it's going to be 500. And And both of those are going to get mixed into displacement, right? Yes. So I'm going to add a vector displacement and a mix RGB. He was like very against people using color nodes to mix the RGB. I don't really get why that was. To me, color data is like always more rich. There's like no reason not to use color data for things. So I'm going to go for it. Right, if I factor this up, what difference does factor make? I can't tell a difference. I guess I'll use it just for the sake of being like authentic. And for the detail, let's up that detail just a bit. Roughness could probably go down a little bit. And I want to make sure that I have everything checked over here with our volumes. Where is it? Settings, bump only, displacement and bump. Okay, we're going to give it a sec. 0.001. 0.003. There we go. Already looking pretty good. So we'll add that to like 0.5. And maybe I'll lower this down to 300. I like the little ones probably having a little bit more on the distorted side. So that looks pretty good to me. I also realized that I haven't subsurfaced this thing, so I'm going to subsurface it real quick. There we go. That's more along the lines of what we were looking at on the actual video. So let's go ahead and take that back. We'll move this down to like 3. And that, to me, is done. A donut. I was thinking about trying to like crease the inside of this to have less of it here, but I think it doesn't super matter. So we're going to keep it just like this. And one thing that was very clear about all of this is that you take all of this, you put this up to the factor, you add, and this is going to be like a nice burnt color. Okay, cool. So let's put everything together. We want donut colors. So to the best of my understanding, donuts look like that. These are the wrong colors. We want this one to be that color. And we want these to be like a rich goldeny brown sort of color. Maybe I should use a reference image here. I'm not sure. Let's use a reference. Let's look up a donut real quick. My color theory is not my strongest thing. Color is definitely the thing that I want the most experience on. Okay, JPEG, perfect. Let me go ahead and pop that on over here. Where are you? There you are. Whoa, that's a big image. Cool. So we got ourselves a little donut. I'm going to use that to grab points from. So we're going to want probably this color. And then we're going to want probably that color. That looks burnt. That does not look good. Hold on. want like 0.7. Sure, let's copy that. And then this guy is going to have to be way lighter and way less saturated. Why does this donut look so bad? What? Let's try a different point on the donut. Let's do like that. Like right there. And then we'll grab the like white inner part. What the heck is wrong with this donut? Why does it look like this? Strange. The color is like not what you think it would be. So just copying color is like giving me a ton of trouble. That looks a little better. Looks kind of like a hamburger. I don't know if I love this. Let's put the icing on it. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but man, it's definitely not right. Let's get that pretty bright, like 0.8. 0.9, and we'll drop down this to like 0.6. And then these guys, we're going to drop them down just a little bit as well. And maybe more in the yellow camp, 0.04. 0.05. That looks about right. 0.8. 0.6. There we go. That's the color I want. That's the color I'm sticking to. Strange. That was really weird looking. That's more of a donut. Okay, cool. So we're back. We got it. We're here. We can probably actually lighten this up just a little bit more, because it's such a small portion of the whole sketch anyway. No, that's too much. 0.6. There we go. Let's go ahead and add our chunky little burnt bits. I'm actually going to make it pretty dark. If I overlay, that's too much. That's awful. Overlay might be the right answer for us, I think, now that I'm looking at it. We just want it to be a little bit more on like the golden-y side. Okay, that's a weird looking donut. I kind of considered doing a red velvet for the donut. I thought a lot about that. But I ultimately decided against it. No, we definitely want like a linear. And if anything, I definitely want this to be like way brighter. Okay. Let's pop this up just a little bit more. Boom. That's actually not half bad. That looks pretty good to me. So now the icing. I'll accept that the donut is fine as is for right now. Maybe we'll come back and do a little bit of change later. But the icing. Icing's the big one. So we're here on the icing. No need for any sort of maps. Everything's going to be procedural right here. Let's see. We want a few things. What do I want first? First, I want to decide what the design is going to be. So let's put in texture coordinates with a... Immediately, I'm thinking we have to do a magic texture. But a wave texture, a double wave texture is pretty interesting to me. So let me try a double wave real quick. So I'm going to do wave number 1. Wave number 2. We're going to go ahead and pop both of those into a mix RGB. Where is it? There it is. And we'll pop that into a color ramp. Now, I think I'm going to go kind of hardcore on the color ramp here. I like the idea of the pink. I think that's a nice little nod. I think that's very affectionate towards, you know, who we're making this for. I'm also thinking like a dark purple. So if I plug these in, here's what we're going to do. One of them is going to be X, one of them is going to be Y. And they are going to be overlaid. I'm not sure how this is going to work yet. Scale should be like 15 and like 12. Should be like no roughness whatsoever. Everything should be pretty hard. Looks a little too weird for me yet. Distortion goes up. Distortion goes up. Now, I don't know why it looks like this. That is pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty nice looking donut right there. Okay, so now I'm sort of like, new idea. I got it. I know what we're up to. I got it. We're gonna go super crazy on this thing. I'm gonna do yet another overlay. This one is going to be a magic texture. And the magic texture is going to be determined based on the darkness. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I've screwed it up. We want the color ramp over here. We want the overlay right here. And we want another color ramp. And then we want a magic texture. And I think if I do this right, we should be able to just take this, put this here, plug that into here, reverse these two, what are we working with? Hey, there we go. Okay. Yep, just a 1. And the scale can be pretty big. Just like that. I kind of want it to only be inside of... There we go. And the texture can have a little bit of a color to it. No, maybe not. Oh, I see. So we just want it to match. Okay. Boom. Let me add a little bit more of the distortion to the X, a little bit more to the Y. That is way too much. Oh, and the drip, oh, it's perfect. All right, so rate my donut. How's my donut from a 1 to 10? How's my donut look? Also, if I change the roughness based on this, that could be kind of nice. Unless I do it like that. There we go. Oh, we accidentally made an extra overlay. Didn't mean to use that. Let's put you down. And put you over to the roughness. We're looking pretty good. I'm going to try and lower that. I'll math that down just a little bit. I actually probably should use hue contrast for this. So if I value that down, there we go. Cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, what does this look like? Pretty bad. You know what? Maybe this is better in here. Yep, just like that. And then we're going to value that out even more. I'm going to say 0.5. Oh gosh, why is it so strong? No, we'll do it just like that. We'll go back to the way it was. Yeah, I can live with this. This is all right. And then I'm going to grab just this part. This is how we're doing this. Perfect. This is going to be exactly what we want. Just this is going to be our subsurface color. And the subsurface, I like a pretty small subsurface, honestly. 0.02. 0.002. Pretty small refractions, I would argue. Those are probably fine settings for as far as I'm concerned. I would love to do some sort of transmission, but I don't think it's required. I'm going to up the roughness just a little bit more on the clear coat. Maybe even a little bit more, 0.15. There we go. There we go. I feel pretty strong about this. Simo, how's your donut coming along? I feel really strong about this thing. It almost looks kind of fakey, which is nice. It's like a really weird manufactured donut. Oh, I guess we should go ahead and add some subsurface to this thing. It's just about done. Gonna tweak it a little bit. Cool. I'm excited to see it. I think we should challenge each other to push our donuts a little bit further than where they are right now. There we go. So now we have a subsurface that doesn't have the burn. So that should show through the burns pretty well to kind of give it that pockety look. And I think that's a donut. Nice and done. Now, if we're feeling extra crazy, here's some ideas. What if I try and put some cracks on the top of this thing? What if I crack... Ooh, that's the idea. Yeah, I'm going to try and crack... Oh, God, I'm going to crack the icing. Oh, why am I doing this to myself? Okay, yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm going to crack the icing. That's exactly what I want to do. Also, should I make it red? Maybe I should make this red. I mean, it is my donut, right? It's hard to tell. I kind of like that. That's a cool look. And then this little purpley bit can be like a darker red. Like a 0.05. That is pretty cool. I gotta say, I'm pretty stoked with this thing. I might add just a little bit of a color ramp right here with like a different sort of color. Just to give it that like fine line edging look. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Point. Perfect. Okay, cool. So it's kind of hard to see everything with the subsurface. I know it's getting kind of spotty now, but it looks pretty good. It looks good on that monitor. It looks good on this monitor. I'm pretty set. That took literally no time at all. It's almost like I know how to 3D model or something. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of our reference. We can get rid of you. We don't need to process you. It's one less thing for the computer to think about. All right, let's crack the icing. So I'm not pleased about this part, but it will be very interesting. So I'm gonna grab all of this stuff and I'm gonna scooch it on back. And I'm gonna put yet another displacement on here. We're going to pop in a Verneuil, and I'm going to just stress out for a little bit while we get this working. So Verneuil should be like 15. I'm going to go ahead and turn off our subsurface just for a little bit. Let me write it down. So our icing is 0.002, and our donut is 0.02. You're now 0. You're now 0. Stop processing. I could also probably just close the donut for a little bit, so we're only working on the icing. And now we want to go ahead and pop in a texture coordinate with an object on the vector. I mean, we want to put like a distance to edge, right? This is where I'm going to struggle a little bit. This is going to kill me a little bit. If I go back to standard, color, no, we definitely want height. And I want the scale to be super big so we can see the cracks all over the place. And now we're going to color everything with a mix RGB. Where are you? There you are. And the factor should be this, which is not at all what we want. So we want the position. Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah, this will work. So I'll go ahead and pop in not a map. We want to pop in a color ramp right here. Oh no. Oh no. I have given it cracks, but it is not connecting properly. Beryl, what's up? Welcome to the donut stream. Come join us. I'm good. Look how we're pretty much done already. We got donuts. I'm missing my subsurface, but it's just because I don't want to process it right now. But, I mean, we're here. We're already where we need to be. You're a little tipsy? That's fine. Make a tipsy donut. Who's it gonna hurt? Hey, there we go. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so actually think we want to put the color ramp into here. Do it just like that. Yep, right there. Okay, so now we got a bunch of breaks. Now I can work with it. So let's start by grabbing this, moving it to 0.01. If we use a B-spline, that's terrible. Okay, and we're gonna mix this with a gradient to get rid of some of it. Okay, so the scale has to go way up. That looks about right to me. And we're going to really dye this thing down just a little bit. Grab my white if I can. Please grab the white. I want the white, not the black, please. Okay, white. Let's see, the color for the white. Honestly, it's probably the exact same color as this one. So I'm gonna grab, yeah, we're gonna do it just like this. It's gonna require a bit of doing here for a second. Let's rearrange our nodes to make it look a little prettier. Everything here looks just a little too messy for me. Just like that. Okay, perfect. So that looks a little bit better. So I'm plugging both of these colors into here. I'm not sure if these cracks are going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot. I've completed a very important test in the non-drunk part of the day, so I feel like I deserve to get a bit loose. If you're being responsible, I don't care what you do. Just make sure you're being clear about it, you know? Only you knows your limits. Okay, we're going to color up, we're going to color down. And I'm going to make these a little bit less saturated. Just a little bit. And we're going to drop the value just a little bit. With that being said, I think we want to make this white less white. We want to make this like a 0.01. And then we want to make our scale smaller. So -1. -0.1. -0.5. -0.2. Is that a good look? I think that's a good look. Oh, that's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about if you're doing okay. I don't think you're like a chaotic person or anything. I just hope you're being healthy. I hope everyone's being healthy at the end of the day. All right, so that's going to be distance to edge 3D. What's a 4D going to look like? 4D is the same difference. Who cares? We got all these nice little beautiful cracks. So I might tone them down just a little bit. (1.1). 1.6. Why is it moving them? Saturation should be dropped. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're here. This can be 1.5. That's pretty good looking to me. I think it might be a little bit overkill, but I don't care. It looks great. 0.005. You can barely notice it from a distance, but when you get up close, ooh. The only thing that I would think to add to this is another texture to round it out a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop in like a noise. And we'll scale that pretty high up as well. I see where it wants to do the brakes, but it's not braking. So I'm thinking noise is not the one for us. We want something more like a gradient or a Musgrave. Musgrave might be the one. No, not the one. Just curiosity, I'm gonna see what a gradient looks like. Otherwise, I think we're done. Ooh, the gradient looks great. Okay, so if we do like a easing. No, that's too much. A little linear, I think, is perfect. But honestly, I prefer the original. We'll just keep the original as is. Looks pretty much the exact same. I kind of wish the edges were a little bit, like, crinklier, but it ain't that big of a deal. Unless we overlay somehow. Okay. Nah, I'm obsessed. I need to do something. Yeah, I don't think anybody likes a violent drunk, that's for sure. Somebody like that is not really the vibe. Let's do divide. There we go. We're going to divide based on a noise texture. Now we can get a little bit more random, so it's not going to be true like... Okay, check this out. I'm going to put the scale up to like 40. No roughness. A little bit of distortion. It didn't do what I wanted. I mean, that's a cool texture, but that's not what we want. Oh, how am I going to do this? I want to remove any of the pieces that the noise texture hits. There we go. Any part that the noise texture hits needs to be removed. So, how I'm going to do that... Actually, a better way that I could do this is I just want to see it for right now. So we're going to do that. And I just want to see what I'm working with. So let's do... Yeah, this frosting is kind of killing it right now. Never before have I felt like such a 3D modeler. Man, what on earth? I mean, the divide is not bad. That looks pretty decent, all things considered. But, like, how on earth am I going to make it not look so junk? Okay. We remove the clamp. Okay, okay, okay. We're here, we're here. We do like a 5. And then only based on some of these attributes. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so I think the only other way that we can solve this is... Oh, man. Get rid of the noise filter. Let's go to a Musgrave, because I can reliably predict where a Musgrave is going to be. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. So we want detail high, dimension super low. We want the lachronicity to be like 1.5 to get these nice fades. And we're here. And yeah, it'll just be difference. Done. Officially done. There you go. Now you get some random little cracks all over the place. They're a little weird looking, honestly, but I don't hate it. Bada boom. So I think this is my best attempt at making a donut. So the question remains at this point, what are we going to do? What else are we doing? Because I'm submitting only this. I could put sprinkles on it. I don't really want to. I thought about doing chocolate chips, but we already have chocolate drizzle on here. So I don't really see the point. Although, now that I'm looking at that chocolate drizzle, I want it to be a little bit more crazy. Maybe like a 24. $24 is too much. 18. 18's pretty good. And then this one, we will go like 20. And I love it. It looks perfect. There's a little bit of donut sticking out. Don't love that. Where did that come from? Why is there a little bit of donut sticking out there? Right there. Where are you coming from? Why are you there? You shouldn't even be showing up. Okay, let's go ahead and see through this. We'll put in a subsurface right there. I will go ahead and pull you out. And then we'll do it again. There we go. That is solid. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our subsurfaces back on. So I'm going to go ahead and say subsurface for icing was 0.002. Subsurface for the donut was 0.02. And as it is now, this is my final result. All right. Everybody take a sip of water. You deserve it. Go do this. Ugh. Water hits different sometimes. Yeah, so now the question remains, am I going to do anything else with this? I think the answer is no. Why would I change anything? I could probably apply some scale to this real quick just to solve a few little problems. I doubt that's going to make a difference. What else? What else? What else do we want to do here? I mean, I got an hour to kill at this point. Do I just make something else? Maybe I'll just make something else. Or maybe I'll put this donut somewhere. We'll put this donut somewhere in the game. Since I've made it, might as well put it somewhere. So let me find a place to put it. I'll start by making a plate. So this is my donut. I'm done. This is going to get submitted. It's perfect. It's great as is. This is what we're submitting. So let me... Oh, wait. I've been pressing save and it... Oh, there we go. That was weird. I'm going to put this in our random category right now. We'll call this donut. All right, now we need to make a little plate. Plate. Let's just make a plate. Let's make an easy plate. So, I'm going to make myself a little cylinder. Probably don't even need a cylinder. You know what? Yeah, I'll do a cylinder. I will do a cylinder of... 16? 16 sounds about right to me. Right about there should do. We'll push this plate on down. I'm going to go ahead and throw a subsurface on it already. And now we can go into edit, grab the top face, poke a hole in it. Poke one more hole in there. This one we're going to tune down, but instead of that, I'm going to tune this one up. We're going to do the exact same thing to the bottom. So then we're going to poke just a little bit of a hole in here. Poke one more hole in there and poke one more hole in there. The way that this plate is going to work is the outer rim is going to be brought up. And then the inner part is also going to be brought up. And you have a plate. Super easy. So if we shade that smooth and we look at it, it's a plate. It looks perfect. The inner part does not look perfect. So let me go ahead and pop in a little subsurface there. You know what? Instead of that, let's grab the whole thing. Push you on down. I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger. Like that. And then we're going to grab this outer edge and bevel it. Apply scale, go back, do it again. There we go. Okay, so it is way too stacked on the sides here. I kind of thought it would automatically do it, but it's not. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way across. Oh wait, no, I had subsurface turned off. No wonder it didn't do it. There we go. A plate. Beautiful. Nice, beautiful, easy plate. Cool. So now I just got to put a little bit of an edge on this thing. I got kind of a cool idea. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this plate. The way we're going to do it, I'm going to grab it. We're going to call it a plate. We can hide our donut. Okay, so the plate is going to be a UV. We're going to go into edit mode. I am going to project from view. Should be just about fine, but if I can get bigger, I will get bigger. There we go. Exactly. That's exactly what we want. What? Why didn't it take? That was weird. Project from view. There we go. Strange. I don't know why it didn't take the first time. Cool. So now we have everything, and it is a little big for the frame. Bring it down, bring it in. And I'm going to grab this as a export UV. We'll call this plate. And we'll jump on over to Krita. I'm going to make sure I hit save on this thing as well, and we'll go back to minimum. All right, and I can go find my little file real quick. There it is, plate, perfect. Make sure we're not running too many things at once. Okay, where's Krita? Krita's open, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and throw our plate into here. Adding cracks to the icing makes it look like it's really dry, but it's kind of interesting. I mean, you be the judge, right? Tell me what you think. How does this look to you? Let me get really close so you can see those cracks. I think it's kind of subtle. I think I did it well. You almost can't even notice them. All right, I'm going to jump back into Krita, and so I will pop you guys over to Krita. Okay, so here's how I envision this working. I am going to draw a circle on this plate. So let me start by making a new layer. I have such a good idea. This is such like a crazy good idea, but I don't know if I'm good enough to execute on it. That's how a lot of my ideas work. Oh, I hate when you have to rotate this thing. There we go. Oh, Blender makes everything unusable. Okay. So I'm going to put my symmetry on. We're going to grab a circle. I'm going to grab Shift and Control. We make a circle, right? Just a really simple circle. And I'm going to paint this thing bright red. And then I'm going to grab another circle. Right at the center. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. We're going to open our red back up. I'm going to erase all of this. Remove our symmetry. And I think this is all we want to do, right? We want to grab this thing, remove that. I can paint everything white and white. Probably want to do that a little bit differently, I think. There we go. And now I can just grab our circle. I'm going to start by painting it completely white. So we're down to the basic color. In fact, I'm just going to remove everything from it. It's going to be completely transparent. And I'm going to grab a really nice, like, minty blue. Maybe a little bit more on the blue end. like that color right there. I'll add a little bit of green to it later. And then all we need to do, you can't see what this is. That's a shame. I'm going to change my brush to something a little bit more interesting. And I'm just going to brush along the circle. And it should be self-contained in the circle. It should look really good. Should be really standard. So let me get something like chalk. Chalk sounds good. It's a little too much for me. Yeah, nope, not chalk. Chalk's too much. I want like wood pencils. This'll do. Still not quite what I want. I want like to drag a bunch of lines across this. Like it's too thick. I need something not as thick. Something really sparing. All this is really dark. I know I could change like the opacity, but if I change the opacity, I'm just going to get the exact same thing, just slightly clear. I want more like fine control. I don't hate that. Hey, fun pro gamer, how you doing? How's the busy schedule treating you? Okay, so I don't want to do that. Instead, maybe I should be focusing more on like burn marks or something. Like that looks way too artificial. If we're going to be making a piece of pottery, it shouldn't look like that. Oh, found it. I found it. I found it. That's exactly what I want. So I'm gonna remove everything. I've taken a week to stop for now already till I have the half of May. Good. I mean, definitely like respect yourself, respect your limits. I finally, it's taken me forever, but I finally gone ahead and scheduled the rest of my YouTube videos to upload. So I am officially like, I'm done until next week. Every day, 2 videos are going to come out. They're ready to go. And I'm just done. I don't need to think about it anymore. So I'm going to like work on videos. Like today when I finish streaming, I'm going to post them to YouTube and schedule them. But theoretically, I don't have to do anything until Monday. What a luxury that is. What a luxury that I've never had before. So hopefully everything's treating you well. Hopefully it's not too stressful. Whoa. Yeah, it definitely gives you so much extra time. It's so lovely. Where in the heck am I making these bubbles at? Oh, I see them. Okay, hold on. If we're going to make bubbles... Okay, if we're making bubbles, we're making like red bubbles. I already had a problem of everything 1 day late, but I fixed it. I mean, it's like never ending, right? There's always something gonna happen to you. Oh, 1 day early? I mean, 1 day early is not a bad problem to have. Okay, so we got a little bit of red bubbles here. I'm inclined to put like to put stars on this, but I'm gonna refrain. Can I... Okay. So if I grab this and rotate it, check this. We're gonna go boom, rotate about 45 degrees, rotate about 90 degrees, rotate about 135 degrees, 180, 225, 270, and 315. Oh. Yo, we made ourselves a plate. I have 41 scheduled. It's hard for me to keep track of the dates sometimes. The heck are you doing? 41? You're nuts. You're on a different level than everybody else, that's for sure. 41. That's like, honestly, that's probably way more than any professional YouTuber has. That's insane. That is so wild, dude. In the best way possible. Like, that is admirable, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so last but not least, on this here, I'm going to screen tone it. We're going to use pretty big screen tones, and I'm going to make them, like, almost invisible. Like, 25%. There we go. So if I select off of this, 1 every day, then 2 every Wednesday and Tuesday. I mean, still, 41, that's... You're like 3 weeks ahead of schedule at all times. That's nuts, man. It's good for you. I'm glad it's nuts. I'm glad you're doing that. I kind of want to just like hit oil paint. I know that's going to be like the most annoying thing that you can do to a piece of art like this. Smooth is going to be like 75. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's too much. Okay, so we're going to do it again. We want like 15. Yeah, 15 seems about right to me. We'll have little blotches all over the place. And then I'm going to blur it using only like 2 pixels. 1 pixel. 2 pixels. It's mainly the Uncharted chapter and then mini games on those days of 2. What is a mini game? What counts as a mini game for you? Because I've been playing some mini games lately, and you know they get weird quick. Okay, so this is going to be our texture for the plate. What a weird little journey this has been. Yep, we're going to save that. Golf with Friends and Worms. Excellent. Excellent games. You're fine. Nothing to worry about. Those are excellent games. I love Worms. I played so much Worms growing up. All right, we're back to Blender. We're here in the plate. I'm going to go to our node setup. We're going to remove the donut and icing so things can actually render in real time. Everything is complication, you know? You gotta work for it. That's just the way of the world. Oh yeah, okay, so Fun Pro Gamer. Sorry, I should have mentioned this when you showed up. There is a very prominent Blender guy named Blender Guru who taught a lot of people how to 3D model. And he's doing a thing right now where he's going to make a mural out of a bunch of people's donuts, which is the thing that he teaches people to make first. He's making a big mural out of all of them, and people are submitting them, and they're getting their name attached to credits and all sorts of stuff. So we're just doing a little donut stream. And this is my nutso overthought donut. Yeah, this is my crazy boy. All right, I'm removing those two. We're gonna go ahead and open our plate. Donut thon? What is donut thon? Okay. I think we might want to scale up the texture a little bit, but you know, it does kind of look like a plate. I might add some more colors to this as well. Oh, a donut thon? Yeah, they should make a donut thon, shouldn't they? Okay, so I'm at UVs. We're going to go to edit mode. And we're going to grab our UVs and shrink them down just a little bit. Like right there. That should be all right. And if we go back to here, you will not see anything on the bottom, so I'm perfectly content there. I think this looks all right. I think I can live with this. Okay, so I'm going to add some iridescence to this thing, but otherwise, I think we're done. Is this a great looking plate? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it looks a little cheesy. It kind of looks like somebody put a scarf on a plate. You should put an Easter egg on the bottom. Oh, I could put a little Easter egg on the bottom, couldn't I? The only thing I'm worried about is there's a file format that you're submitting to, and there's a bot that's scrubbing through it. So if I do anything too weird, it might not get accepted. So I'm just being a little sensitive on that front, but could think about doing a little something. Come on. Let's do it like that. And that still doesn't overlap on the sides here, and that actually looks not as bad to me. I might want to recolor the baseline of this plate, but otherwise, this looks all right. So let's go ahead and trail it down just a little bit. We're going to put clear coat on it, clear coat roughness to 0.1. It might have a little bit of transmission, but I'm not going to worry about that. The color. So it's got to have sheen. So there is a clear coat that has color on it. So it is going to be a mix RGB. You're back from the underworld. And what is the underworld? Bots are mysterious creatures. You know, I kind of get bots. I think I have bot brain. It does kind of have a Winnie the Pooh vibe, doesn't it? I see that. I totally see that. We're going to do a Fresnel. Where are you? The underworld, that's the under the world. No, but like what is the underworld? Is the underworld like Apex Legends? Is it VR chat? What's the underworld? Okay, so let's do like a red and like a blue. Pain. It's the nether. There you go. That's exactly what it is. It's the nether. Let's go ahead and do an add. That's exactly what we want right then and there. Perfect. And I will feel free to switch it to this, and we will do far. I'm going to make the colors not these colors because I want red and blue to be prominent colors in each other. There we go, just like that. That is going to be the color right there. Yes, and the nether is very painful. Tried to sleep. I remember the first time I played Minecraft was right when they added the Nether. And I was like so early into Minecraft that I didn't even know beds were a thing until I made a bed in the Nether and blew myself up. I was not even aware that you could like have a bed until I did that. We're gonna say 0.3. There we go. Nice little shine. Right on that little bit right there. And it's literally perfect. Oh, it looks so good now. Minecraft's not a game that I worry too much about progress, you know? It's one of those games that I just chill out with. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do two things real quick. People use beds now for netherite mining in the nether. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't you? I'm going to add a little guy there. And we're going to pop him in just a little bit. And pull him up just a little bit. And then all of this can be pushed up. And I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to merge all of this together. Oh, I have proportional still turned on. Oh, no wonder things were looking so weird. Do you want to use TNT and not beds? Also, we gotta hydrate. Everybody hydrate. Take a drink of that good old water. Okay, so we're gonna say a little bit of G, a little bit of Z. And we're looking perfect. I use beds, I make sheep farms. What are we even talking about anymore? I have lost the thread. All right, we're gonna go ahead and scale this guy out just a little bit. And pull him up just a little bit. And I think we are set. Let's go ahead and scale this part in right there. And I'm going to go ahead and merge by distance one more time. And then we're going to go ahead and crease some stuff. And once we crease, I think we're done. So let's look at it. Looks pretty good to me. All right, we'll go ahead and grab you. Crease you up. Grab you. We'll crease this one out. Should look about right. Yeah, I've reached a point in Minecraft where I just have like netherite everything, pretty much max enchantments. I'm like, the only thing you ever really want to do at that point is just restart. You just get bored. Okay. I think that is our plate. I always just keep building. I mean, I keep building as well, but I usually like I'll go get lost somewhere. Like I'll go like to a new area and I'll just be like, I'm going to start over with no tools. Yeah, that's exactly how I am. I get bored. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy like the play, but I just want to like reset every time I hit netherite. I'm like, time to reset. Here we go. You won't even see the little thing on the bottom. Cool. This should be perfect. That's not a bad looking plate. It's a little weird looking, but I can live with this. I might try to distress it a little bit. I made a museum in a glass-roofed underground beach/pool. I always build towers. I'm like obsessed with making towers. Every time I play, I end up just like towering somewhere. Okay, I think... You know what? Yeah, this is fine. This is a plate. It's a little bit weird of a plate, but it's a plate. So let's grab the plate. Pull you on up. There we go. It's a plate. It's got lighting. It's got everything that we need. I think it's literally perfect. I think we're great. So I got about 20 minutes. Anybody want to see anything in 20 minutes? Let me know. If you want a quick sketch, if you want just like a addition, if you want me to put something else on the plate, I could put something else on the plate. In fact, I'm going to move the donut slightly off center of the plate. I learned recently that you can just turn off all the overlays. I did not know you could do that before. It's nice to know, nice to have. You want me to make a potato. It's actually an interesting design challenge. That's actually kind of an interesting challenge. A potato's kind of interesting. Why not put a napkin under it with your logo? I actually really like that idea. We might have to skip potato for that idea. Sorry, CQDK. I like the napkin idea a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna make a napkin. I think I have to. I don't think I have a choice. I think that's like such a good idea. So I'm gonna do that. So let's get the positioning of everything correct. Now, I like the potato idea. Suggest the potato next time because I think there's actually a lot of cool stuff you can do with a potato. I think making a potato is actually a pretty interesting idea. Because I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do with it, and it's going to push me a little bit. Okay, so there's our napkin. I'm going to push it into the plate. Potato with your logo. Maybe not that one. Maybe that one I deny. Oh, we have 2 votes on potato. Too bad, too late. I've actually been workshopping a new logo. Not that I need a logo for literally any reason, but I have been workshopping a logo lately. And I have kind of a cool idea for a logo. Why can't... Oh, I turned overlays off. Oh, gosh. That was very confusing. I will show you. I'll show you my, my idea. Okay, so we basically want it to be 0 on the Z. And we want to bring it over like this. We're going to grab U and pull U over here like that. And then I'm going to grab both of them and we're going to scoot them just ever so slightly down so they are not intersecting with anything. So negative 0.0001. And even that was a little too much. Pink potato. I will do a potato in the future. You guys don't get me wrong. I'm going to do a potato, but today's not the day for potato. Okay, so we got a napkin. Now I just got to make a napkin look like a napkin. What do napkins look like? Napkins look pretty weird. Um, they have like a cross-hatched look, and then I'm gonna put my logo on it. Demon potato. Okay, now you're just getting crazy. Yams are kind of pink. Now, all right, here's gonna be one of the dumber things I've ever said, and that's saying something. Are yams sweet potatoes? What's the difference between a yam and a sweet potato? Oh no, I got an idea for the napkin. Don't you worry. And that's going to have a tiny amount of subsurface because it's a napkin. I just went crazy with compositing, but it's so subtle that I might as well not have done it. I think I like potatoes with small demon horns and a tail. Yeah, that sounds like a normal sketch that I would make on this channel. Simo, have you posted your donut in chat? Oh, you have. Oh, look at that. All right, let's take a quick little break, everybody, and appreciate Simo's work on our Discord. I like it. Would you like a piece of criticism? I only have one piece of criticism for you. My one piece of criticism is I think the top is not glossy enough. I think you're going to want to add a good amount of gloss to that frosting. All right, so napkin. Napkins are super rough. Man, this subsurface is literally going to kill me. That's better. That's a lot better. No, we're not going to do any sheen. We're not going to do any clear coat. None of that. Transmission, maybe the smallest amount, because you can usually see through paper a little bit. Otherwise, all we need to be doing on this thing is a slimy golden cow. You're still going with this. A slimy golden cow. There is... No. I would reject that on a normal day, let alone today. That's too many things. Slimy golden cow. I mean, gold's easy. I can make gold instantly. But the rest of that, I don't know about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to show you my new idea for a logo. And everybody can tear it apart if it's terrible, because it probably is a little weird, I would argue. So let's get rid of all of this. We're going to go to UVs. We want this guy. Top face is that. Bottom face is nothing. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. I played around with the roughness, and that's something I liked is just there, so it doesn't reflect the sprinkles. That's fair. I think it would look good if it reflected the sprinkles, but, you know, that's you, man. You do what you like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and export the napkin real quick, and we're going to open up Krita one more time. And I'm going to try and make that cross-hatched look. Why do you say Damon? Is that a thing? Is that a thing from where you're from? I've played a game called Ark the Lad a lot in my life. And in Ark the Lad, they also say the word Damon. And I've always been curious why. Why call it Damon? Yams are in the same family as potatoes, but the difference between Japanese and Chinese, if you don't know much, they look alike, but once you get to know them, the difference becomes neon bright. What is... I didn't mean to read that out loud. You just don't know how to spell. That's acceptable. Yeah, it's spelled just like that. Daemon, the way that you were spelling it, usually is a computer science term that means something I'm not aware of. It's some crazy like server infrastructure thing. Oh, I could have used the little stars. Oh, I missed out on that one. Okay, so the goal now. The goal is to make. The goal is to make the shape that we want. So let me go ahead and let's paint this first. Pure white. Daemon in CS is a process that runs in the background. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Shout out to Simo for always coming in clutch. Okay, so we're going to do opacity 50. I'm going to go back to this brush. We're going to do 100 size. And I'm just going to my way up. I'm not a very straight shot with a mouse. Let's look up a picture of a napkin real quick, and I think I might just throw a napkin-like texture in here. All right, we're here. We're in Firefox. What does a napkin look like? Napkins, they have a very specific texture. Tablets for the win. Honestly, I prefer a mouse, but I also don't usually have to draw straight lines. If I was drawing straight lines very often, I think I would do away with that logic. But for my purposes, I really like mice. I play OS. Oh man, it has little sample things on it. That is a nice looking napkin. That's a less nice looking napkin. I think that's the texture we're gonna want. Let's grab this. Oh no, that's exactly the texture we want. Oh, do we have a big one of this? What about a teddy bear? You're still suggesting things. I'm good for today. You're gonna have to wait until another stream for that. Let's see. I kind of love this one. I don't know what this weird square in the middle is, but otherwise I kind of love this look. Ooh, that's also a pretty good look. I've never thought so much about napkins. You know, we're going to take this one. We're going to take like the crazy looking one. Let's go back to Krita. Just so bored you're saying what comes to your mind? Honestly, I'd expect no less from you. There we go. Oh, that looks great. Oh, and there's a little thing on here too. So let's go ahead and just let's just smooth over that for just a second. There's definitely not a live recording of me doing this. Let's just pretend that we don't see this. Where are we? We want a blur. Instead of a blur, I think I want a smudge. Where's the smudge at? Oh, there we go. We got our first pog of the day. What about ham? You started the stream by saying ham, and I came back to you with a Ponyo. Have you seen Ponyo? Has everyone here seen Ponyo? If you haven't seen Ponyo, raise your hand. Because what are you doing? Go watch Ponyo. Okay, that's exactly what I want right there. No, but it's the 2 pog, but now it's the 3. I think it's only the 2. You've never heard of Ponyo. What are you talking about? Ponyo is very good. Also, I think I'm just going to blur this texture. I think I don't care. I think if I just blur it, you can't even tell that there was anything here. So we're going to go ahead and just do it like that. Barrel, don't freak me out like that. Okay, so I'm going to make a logo. I'm going to show off my new idea for a logo, and everyone's going to tell me if it's terrible or not. So I'm going to need to open Inkscape real quick. We're going to open yet another program. I have too many programs going on my computer right now. And you're going to tell me if this is the worst logo you've ever seen or not. Once it loads. What about a purple heart? There's no way I'm making a purple heart. Regardless of anybody's political beliefs, some amount of controversy will be associated with something like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you my screen. We're going to go ahead and make a logo real quick. So, here's the idea. It is going to be a straight line. It's going to be that exact same straight line. You know what? I think we're going to want to use a rectangle. Let's use a rectangle. We're going to use the exact same rectangle, but we're going to rotate it by 45 degrees. We'll grab both of them and we'll align them together. Boom, boom. I'll make them black. That's just going to be the color for the day. And then I'm going to make a circle that is even. And we're going to make the stroke black. Hello? No, the fill is nothing. The stroke, there we go. Pain? You did this to yourself. Don't even pain me. Okay, so we got a circle. One over, one down. I should probably make this thing a little bit skinnier, but it's fine for the time being. So I'm going to copy it. This is going to be a disaster. There we go. And then I'm going to make one more circle. And this one needs to be like that. And it is filled, no sketch. Oh, how bright my screen is. It is pretty bright, isn't it? Okay, so here is the idea for the logo. This is what I've been thinking about for my logo. You might be asking yourself, what the heck am I looking at? And the best thing that I can tell you is give me 1 second. We're gonna want that, and we're gonna want that. Okay, so this logo, to the best of my understanding, is the letter R written out here. There's an E right there. There's a D right there. There's an I. There's an A. And there's a lowercase r. And so it has all of my letters in it, despite being pretty abstract. And now that I'm sitting here and looking at it, I kind of think I want to make like rounded squares instead of circles. You're fine, don't you worry. So we'll say like that. Saying letters and you have no idea what I'm going on about. Let me do it one more time. I'll show it off in a slightly better way. Let me make sure everything plugs into itself relatively nicely here, and then we'll go for it. So I want... Okay, so I'm going to do that. We're going to do the exact same thing here. All you see is a dragon. I'm kind of okay with you just seeing a dragon. I'm not against you seeing a dragon. All my life, people have been saying that I'm like a dragon. Like, that's kind of how my friends know me. So I'm okay with being the dragon guy. Okay, so there's clearly a problem. There's a mismatch here. This is just an example. This is not going to be the final copy. We'll say right about there is fine. And I will do myself a favor of rounding out this. And I'll do the same thing down here. You thought I was like a polar bear? Okay, I need an explanation. Fun Pro Gamer, I am making the I'm making that napkin, but we're making a logo first. So here is the Ready Era logo. And now I'm going to switch back to Krita, and I will show you what the heck is going on. So that pulled, perfect. All right, so everyone's asking what the heck is going on. I don't totally know myself, but here's what I see in my brain. We're gonna get a really small little thing going on here. Okay, so here's what I see. We have an R. Okay. So that's the R. That's an E. That's a D. That's an I. That's an A. That's an R. And then we're back to A. That's like I thought about this for longer than I'm willing to admit. This is the best I can come up with. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and we're just gonna make a napkin out of this because we are right at our time. You could see a coordinate system for math. I would love that. The way you are billed and the voice in your profile picture is white, so polar bear. Well, hey, I'll take that as a compliment. I don't mind being a polar bear. I could live with being a polar bear. All right, so we're gonna export this as our plane, and I'm gonna pop it on that napkin, and we're gonna call it a day. So back to Blender. Sedated, how you doing? Welcome to Nonsense Stream. It's been a real day. Also, I don't know if you can hear that rain outside, but it is really raining. I'm good. I'm actually really good. It's been a great week. It's been a scary week, because a lot of financial stuff has come up that is scary because, I don't know, nobody likes financial stuff, but like, it's gone well. Things are good. There we go. So there's your napkin. It's actually on the wrong side. Okay, hold on. Napkin. I also love the rain. I really like the rain. The older I get, people are like, you'll grow out of it, whatever, whatever, whatever. I'm like, how can you grow out of liking rain? It is what it is. Okay, we're gonna rotate this 90 degrees. We're gonna take a look at it. And we want it to be negative 90 degrees. There we go. Perfect. The question is where the abstract ends and the chaos begins. You all are crazy today. I don't know what's happening to this chat. All right, so here is our final result. The only thing that's going to get submitted is the donut, the icing in the donut. But here's the full sketch. Nice and done. If you made a logo, it'd probably make a skull with 3 eyes. I think that suits your brand really well. I would love to see it too, so you should post it in our chat sometime. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Sedated, real quick, before I jump to BRB and I'm going to play some Sonic. Actually, you know what? I'll set up Sonic right here in front of everybody. So let me go ahead and turn off my recording real quick.